Today we're going to talk about how to find sources. So in this class you're going to be writing 4 different papers, and for each of those papers you're going to be required to find outside sources. And many of you have probably had some experience already in going to the library, doing research, using the internet to find the sources that you need. But this is a refresher on that, and for those of you that are new to JCC and maybe don't have experience with using the library and the databases, this video is going to show you really quickly how to do that. So the first thing that you want to do is to pull up your internet browser and go to JCC's homepage, which is just jccmi.edu. In fact, if you're viewing this on your computer at home right now, if you want to go ahead and open up an internet browser and kind of follow along with me and type in the same things that I'm doing, you'll get to see firsthand how to use the databases and find what you need. So I usually use the quick links to get to the library. However, if you're coming to the library from our JetNet site, you can also get to it that way as well. But once you're into the library's main page here, the place that you're going to likely visit the most is the Find Articles Research Databases. If you happen to be on campus and you want to look for a book, you can also use the Find Books as well. But for now, we'll go ahead and click on Find Articles. Now, one important point to mention here is that if you're accessing the library databases off campus, you do need the passwords in order to get access to them. And you'll note right here on the Atkinson Library page, it says where you can get these. If you're a student, under the My Classes on the left side of the screen, go ahead and click on the Student Union and it should pop up for you there. However, I've also included the password list in the resources section of our course site. So if you can't find them here under the Student Union, just go into our resource page and pull them up there. So let's begin first by kind of doing a brief overview of all the different options you have available. You'll see that all of these are the different databases that you can use to conduct your research. Because in this class we're doing a lot of argumentative, persuasive writing, the 2 databases that I recommend starting with are over here on the right. And the first one is Issues and Controversies, and then the second one is the Opposing Viewpoints Resource Center. So let's go ahead and start with Issues and Controversies. And again, if you've got a browser pulled up, you can go ahead and follow right along with me here. So again, I need my JCC password list, which I actually have printed out here sitting in front of me so I don't have to go back and forth. So I'm going to type in the username and password and click Log In. And now you'll see that I am inside the Issues and Controversies database. This is an awesome database for the kinds of writing that we do in this class, but also if you've got to write another paper, in any of your other classes, because it can give you a ton of great topic ideas. So right away, we've got issues in the headlines, various topics that are going on right now and of interest. You can also use this to get other topics by looking over here to the subject index. There's a whole bunch of different ideas here. And then the issues of pro and con. The reason why I love this database so much for our class is because it's really going to give you both sides of an issue. It's going to help you understand both perspectives. So let's go ahead and click More here under the issues of pro and con, and you'll see that everything is listed in alphabetical order of various controversial or persuasive issues that you could write about for this class. So let's work with the sample topic here. Why don't we go with animal testing, and let's see if we can find any information about that. So since we're already here on A, let's scroll down. Oh, and there's something right here on animal testing. So what this is going to do is it's going to give me both sides of the issue. So let's click here and get the full story. And right away it breaks it down into all these different categories. So I would use this database first to get started in understanding my topic. Again, it's going to break it down in all these really great ways for you here so that you can get a good understanding of what people are saying about this issue, what's the back and forth, why are people opposing it, why are people for it. There's all sorts of great information and sidebars that really will help educate you on the basic ideas of whatever topic you decide to go with. The other reason why I really love using this database is for the bibliography. If you go ahead and click on that, it shows all the different sources that were used to write this article. So for you and wanting to get more research and more sources, you can go ahead and look and see what other research exists on here. Of course, you can use the other databases as well, but let's say, for example, you were interested in reading more about this article. It gives you a link right here. So Issues and Controversies, a really great database to start with. Don't stay primarily in this database. I want you to explore some of the other ones, but use this as a stepping stone, A, to come up with a topic idea, and B, to get a basic understanding about that topic. So let's go back to the JCC library database. Let me back out of here and I'll show you the second one that really has to do with persuasive topics, and that is opposing viewpoints. Now this one is a little different. You actually do need a library card in order to access this. The JCC library card is actually the same as a Jackson District library. So if you're in the Jackson area and you've ever had a library card in Jackson, it will count for this. If you do not have either cards, it really only takes about 5 minutes to get it. And for those of you that aren't in the Jackson area, I'm pretty sure if you call the library and say that you're an online student and you need to get access, they will go ahead and help you do that. Or just contact me and I can help you figure that out as well. So I'm going to type in my library card information here, and hopefully that will go through and let us in. And here we go. We're inside the Opposing Viewpoints database. It's pretty similar to the Issues and Controversies as far as content. It's just laid out a little differently. So on the main page, we've got some of the big issues that are happening right now. So again, it's a great place just to explore. Go ahead and click on links and see what's going on in the news today. We've also got various news links to give you an idea of some current topics to work with. And then the other thing is the Issues tab up here at the top. If you click on that, it will give you a comprehensive list of issues that you can continue to research and explore. So why don't we stick with our animal testing topic and see if we can find anything on that in this database. Okay, so over here we've got animal experimentation and animal rights. So I could probably find information about my topic in either one of those. Why don't we check out the experimentation link and see where that takes us. So once that goes through, it looks like we've got a whole bunch of different places that we can begin research, from differing viewpoints, articles. It looks like maybe we even have a map over here that will showcase where the issues are taking place. We've got magazine articles, we've got news articles. So this is going to lead you to a lot of different types of sources. It's also going to take us to academic journals, which are by far the most credible type of research that you can use in any kind of college writing. Now, throughout the semester, we're going to talk more about credibility when it comes to finding your sources. And on your last paper, you will actually be required to use academic journals as part of your research. So more to come on that later, but for now, just know that if you're using the academic journals, you're certainly going to be building off of some of the most credible sources out there. Of course, news articles and magazine articles and articles that you just find in the database are fair game as well. So that's the Opposing Viewpoints, another great database to get research topics and then also research articles that you can use in your paper. So let's back out here and I'll take you to another database that is going to give you some more information. So those cover the two that are very specific to our class, but there's another two different databases that you'll find very helpful as well. And those two databases are over here on the left with InfoTrack and Omni Full OmniFile Full Text, which used to be called Wilson Select. So if you're familiar with Wilson Select, this is the one that you want to click on. Now, these two are similar in the kinds of content that you're going to find, so I'll walk you through InfoTrack, and you can use the same skills that we're going to use here in Wilson Select and pull up information there as well. So I need to go ahead and type in the password. So I'm going to do that and click Proceed. May take a minute or two here for us to access it off campus, which is what we're doing right now, and which is what you will likely be doing. Now, the cool thing about this database is it's got a whole bunch of other databases within it, and you can see that all of these are checked right now. So whatever I search, it's going to go ahead and look in all of these, and you have control over which ones you want to select. So I'll stick with what comes up right now, and I'm just going to start with a very basic search on animal testing, which is a topic we've been working with. It's probably too big of a topic. We'll probably have to narrow it down, but for now, let's see what comes up when we just type in our basic issue. So it'll take a few minutes here to bring us back our search results, and here we go. Let's see what we've got. So yeah, like I said, this is a huge topic. I'll want to narrow my search terms because already it's pulling 808 magazines, 476 journals, a ton of news, a few multimedia. It looks like we've got a video over here. So if I was really doing this for a paper, I would definitely want to break down my search even further. But for now, this gives you a good overview of the different types of sources that you can pull from this database. And again, the academic journals are going to be the most credible journal or types of sources that you can use for your paper. So if I did want to go ahead and refine my search, right now we're just doing the basic search as it says here. I'd actually want to go up to the top and click on Advanced Search in the toolbar. And what this is going to let me do is it's going to let me type in multiple words. I can go ahead and limit it to full text. I can limit it to peer-reviewed publications, which we'll talk more about that when we get to your fourth paper. Peer-reviewed publications are basically academic journals, but they are the most respectable and credible journals out there. So you don't need to worry about that right now for paper one, but later on in the semester we'll get to more of that. Another important thing is you can also change the date, which is going to be really crucial for some of your topics. You don't want to pull, 10-year-old research. So for now, why don't we just do anything after, why don't we say 2005? That'll give us, the last 5 or 6 years. We could type in animal testing again, but maybe we should also put scientific research. We might get something more specific by doing that. So let's type in that and see if we were able to shrink some of our sources, because really when you have 800 to go through, that's just too many. You're not going to be able to wade through it all. So finding the right search words is really important, and I usually make a list, write down 5 to 10 different terms that you can plug into the different databases and see what you come up with. Okay, so this is much more reasonable now. I'm down to 3 magazines, 2 academic journals, a lot in the news, and some of these look really promising. The 3 R's of animal testing. I would certainly want to check that out. So that is InfoTrack. It gives you all these different types of sources, and Wilson Select is going to do the same thing.